Like, how do you hate me for loving your child? You want umfazi to be submissive, but you're not a provider. You're going 50-50 ngazukuthi 50-50. You're going 50-50 in this relationship, yet you're expecting your woman to be submissive to you. Njani, women are not meant to love. That's what the Bible says. In all honesty, I want to be taken care of. I want to be iqanda lekrotman, or shoulda, coulda, woulda. Because they don't help me with anything. You promising me, oh, I'll give you an allowance. Do it now. FNB 6 ban. And
I'm bad like the Barbie. I'm a doll, but I still wanna party. Things felt like I'm ready to bend. I'm a 10, so I pull in a 10. Like Daddy.
Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Nogwazi Ntombela, also known as Gwazi Bear on all social media platforms. Do subscribe, be a part of this family, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, darling. Now guys, as you can tell by the title of this video, we are doing a little girl talk, little chit chat, a little get ready with me, if you want to call it. I've never done these before because I always feel like it is so awkward to have a chat on your own without actually engaging with people, but I'm gonna try it out. Let's see how it goes, and hopefully you guys do engage in the comment section. The topic for today is relationship, marriage, and children. I am gonna call this little segment Girl Talk with Kay, and hopefully just from the engagement that I get, I might do a little more of these girl talks, and also you guys can suggest some of the other topics that we can touch on. So without wasting too much of your time, this is such a long intro, let us get into the video. So the first conversation we are going to talk about is relationships. I'm going to touch on some of the things that I look for in a relationship, some of the expectations that people usually have when going into a relationship or when searching for partners and all that kind of jack. I'm not gonna like go really deep, guys. Gizoka phezulu, okay? And we'll talk about relationships in that way. Guys, a lot of times in relationships we have like this expectation of how the relationship should be. I just dropped something. We have this expectation of how a relationship should be, how our partners should be, how everything should actually work out. And there's actually nothing wrong with having expectations, but I've learned that the best relationships that I've experienced in my past are the relationships where I just let things flow. Like, the best relationships come out of those situations. Situations where you try to control everything, oh my gosh, you end up losing the joy of being in that relationship, or you lose the joy of that relationship because you're trying so hard to control everything. I don't feel like a relationship should be about controlling everything and and just let everything go with the flow. And lo muntu loyo osuke unaye, just based on the way that you're flowing, should be able to pick up the things that you like, the things that you don't like, and you don't necessarily have to force them into changing. They just want to change themselves. Right now I feel like I'm at the age where everybody has this expectation, Uguti, you don't want to be dating just for the sake of dating. You want to date to settle down, and settling down umuntu ufuna ukusetlisha down kanjani, in all honesty. Because what is your definition of settling down? Is it marriage? Is it just finding a stable partner? What is your definition of settling down? I will touch on marriage obviously a little bit later on in this video, but nje kunama expectations amaningi for abantu as we grow up. You don't want to like play around anymore. You just want something settled, you want something stable. And yeah, that is where I am at the moment in my life. I've just gone ahead and done my brows off camera because I felt like ngizo distracted. I'm doing my brows whilst I'm talking. Anyway, let's talk about some of the things that people actually look for in a relationship, or should I say some of the things that I look for when I am going into a new relationship. The first most important one for me is love. right? Guys, everybody loves to be loved, and that is one of the things that I look for in a relationship. I want a person that loves me and shows me that they love me, not only tell me because you hear that quite often nowadays, especially with men, because they know like women are like they're really sensitive to the things that they hear. So some people will just go on this thing when they don't actually mean it. I'm more of a person that looks at izenzo zomuntu, and when I say izenzo, I don't mean that a person needs to be like splurging on me or whatever to show me that they love me. There are certain acts that a person can do that show you that they love you. Isn't it, guys? It doesn't even require mali involved when it comes to those things. It's the smaller things that make you feel those small little kisses on the forehead. For me, love that. The small little reminders every now and then, the small little gestures of love, that for me is very, very important. That is one of the things that I look for when getting into a relationship. The second thing that I look for when getting into a relationship is respect. Now, I want a person to respect me. I want them to respect me in the way that they treat me. I want them to respect me in the way that they talk to me. I want them to respect me even when I'm not present. I want people even around them to know you understand. Angifuni umuntu that will, you know, act a certain way when they're with me to show respect, but like behind my back they're a completely different person. I really want umuntu to respect me even when I'm not there. Yabo. So respect for me is very, very important, and respect goes both ways. It goes both female side and male side. You need to respect your partner. Respect is very, very important. Angifuni ukuthi umuntu wami kube ukuthi uyangihlonipha in the way that they talk to me, they respect me in the way that they treat me, but the moment the person steps out, then the respect goes out the window. That for me is just a red flag. I don't want that. Respect me even nangaphandle, so that when people look at me, even when you're not there, they're like, I really, really love that. And another thing I want to touch on is the fact that men all of the time, everywhere, social media, real life, amadoda always want abafazi that are submissive. They always want girlfriends or whatever that are submissive. And in all honesty, submission, it just doesn't come because when we demand. Submission comes from you being appropriate, or you being a good enough man to actually be able to submit to. So for example, you want umfazi to be submissive, but you're not a provider. You need to be able to provide for lo mfazi in order for her to submit. It doesn't just come as the package, because I'm a man, automatically you must submit to me. No. Be a man that's a provider. Be a man that loves. Be a man that is respectful. And the submission will come from umfazi wako automatically. You don't even need to ask for it. I can guarantee you that now. And I might get a lot of smack for this conversation, because amadoda, they don't want to accept the fact that they need to do in order for them to receive. They understand? You need to do in order for you to receive. You need to be a provider in order for you to get your submission there. Ngeke demand the submission kodwa ubungenzi izinto in a way in which a man should be doing things. Do you understand? So if you're looking for a woman that's gonna be submissive, love your woman, first of all. Respect your woman, second of all. Be a provider to your woman, and I can guarantee you she will automatically submit to you. I feel like a lot of things nowadays just get twisted because we're doing so many things wrong. Yet the outcomes, if be right, the outcome cannot be right when you're doing so many things wrong. Even the Bible, I can't even quote which verse in the Bible because I'm not that good with the verses and stuff, but even the Bible talks about a man needs to love, a man needs to provide, and a woman needs to respect, and a woman needs to submit to a man. So if you're not a provider, how are you expecting your woman to respect, or how are you expecting your woman to submit to you? You're not providing. You're going 50-50 as to 50-50. You're going 50-50 in this relationship, yet you're expecting your woman to be submissive to you. Njani, how will a woman submit to a man who's not doing the manly duties? Yes, society says to deal with women need to be independent. You need to bring something to the table. What I bring is respect and submission. And what you should be bringing is what? Providing and love. Women are not meant to love. That's what the Bible says. Women are not meant to love, guys. Women are meant to respect and what? And submit to men. Men are meant to love us. That's what the Bible says. It's not me. Now, a lot of people will judge me for this comment where I say, I'm all for independence of women. It's good for women to make their own money, and it's good, yeah, whatever. But in all honesty, guys, the older I grow, I feel like I want to be taken care of. I don't care ukuthi ngiyasebenza and I'm making my own money, or I'm not working, whatever the case might be. I want to be taken care of. And I think the older I get, the more that is my realization. I want to be taken care of. I want my man to do things for me. I want my man to provide for me. I don't care if I can afford to do it myself. I don't want to do it myself. I want my man to do it for me. And a lot of people will come for me for that. But yes, mnandi independence, but guys, in all honesty, I want to be taken care of. I want to be Iqanda Lekrotman. I want to be Iqanda, guys. I want to be Iqanda, and I feel ukuthi indoda must nizongjaja because ninjalo vele. But indoda must, guys, indoda must take care of his woman. Indoda must take care of the household. And when I say indoda must take care of me, I'm not talking, guys, isn't they serious? I want designer bags and whatnot, not. No. For me, when I say my man must provide, I'm talking about the basic things in life. Like the food, the rent, or the mortgage must be taken care of by my man. The basic things, the basic needs, is what my man should be able to take care of that. And yes, if I am making my own money, it can help, like, to top up on those things, but not necessarily uguti now it's 50-50. If you do this, I do the I don't want that. And I'm realizing the more I grow up, that's not my life. That's not what I want. I want my man to take care of me and my household, and shama top up. That's just me. And I don't want anything extravagant. I don't want anything over the top. It's just a matter of taking care of the basic needs in life, and we're sorted. Yes, you look at social media and you feel, oh my gosh, I'm a relationship band, they're going on vacations, and yes, like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, you're gonna be envious of the people that are going on vacations and whatnot. But that's not like the crux of what a man should provide. Yes, yes, you can do that, but mina ngikhuluma ngama needs lawa ama needs are everyday, ama needs lawa are important, like a roof over my head, a food on my table every night. Those things are a responsibility of a man. Old schooling, I don't know, but like, that is just where I'm at. So I've counted 2 things that I look for when I go into a relationship. I said it's love, it's respect, and then the 3rd thing is just like a person that feels like home. This one, I don't even know how to describe it, but you know how like moye kaya, everything is just rosy at home, everything is just better at home. Like when you're with your mom, I don't know if it's because I grew up in a family where just family is just always a good place to be, and there's no toxicity or anything like that at home. So I love being at home. So a person that feels like home, you know that feeling, and we are figure, and everybody's just happy, and it's just laughter, and it's just good times and memories. That is what I want my person to feel like, to just feel like home, a comfortable place, a happy place, like a place where you could just be you and not have to worry about isn't easy. Like you feel like everything just goes away. That's the type of person I look for. Obviously, lezo zinto lezo uyibona as isikhathi siqhubeka. It's not something that you just pick up immediately in a relationship. Uyibona as time goes on. But I also just want a person to just feel like home. I want to be comfortable when I'm with this person. I want to be happy. I want to be just like in a zone where nothing else matters. That's what I look for in a relationship as well. Umuntu nje that feels like home. Now that I've mentioned like all the things that I look for in a relationship, let's get into how people get into relationships for the wrong reasons and expect those relationships to last or to work out. Like ungena kwi relationship already, mhlambe ungenela imali. You're in the relationship because you see that this person has got money. And when the relationship doesn't work out, you're just like surprised as to why the relationship. It's because you went in there for the wrong reasons. You went into that relationship for the wrong reasons. Why are you surprised when it doesn't work out? Why are you surprised when it doesn't work out? Because there was never love. It was just about the money. Or there was never that respect. And also you compromised your happiness because you went there for remand. You know, and then you want to be shocked. You want to be shocked when things don't work out. Because it should have been expected. You went in there for the wrong reasons, and those wrong reasons are the reasons now that that relationship didn't work. So, bayang mangaza abantu, sometimes you get into a relationship for whatever reason, for imali, for status, for whatever, and then you get shocked when the person eklaklaza, like you're nothing. Yes, obviously that's going to happen because it was never the right reason that you got into that relationship in any case. So you shouldn't be shocked when it doesn't work out. You should not be shocked. It's so funny how abantu just think nowadays, obviously because there's the stigma around amantombazane ukuthi women just love money, women just want people with money. And you find it's so funny to me how guys will now want to use money to get with women. Like umuntu uzothi no, mina nje, if you were to date me, this is what I'll do for you, this is what I'll do. When? Do it now. Don't tell me that you do it when. Like, don't tell me about it. If you are really a person who is so keen on doing so many things for me when we're together, show me now. Don't show me later. Show me now so I can decide now what's it. Yeah, lo muntu lo uright, uyenza bandla, and then I can decide to be with you. Instead of you trying to get with me by pretendel, like you're selling me this dream. I'm one person, I always tell people, and if you know me, I always tell people, like, don't tell me you're gonna do this and do this for me in the hopes I'm gonna give you a chance. So that little chance you understand? I feel like some people just dangle this money thing, or dangle this, I'll do this for you, because they know now that you said you'll do this for me, now automatically I'll give you a chance. Mina, I'm not that type. Mina, if you think you can treat me right, do it. Let me decide if I want to be with you after you've done it. Don't tell me that you will do it when we're together. Do it now and let me decide if after you doing it I want to be with you. Don't tell me that you will. Or shoulda, coulda, woulda. No shoulda, coulda, woulda, because they don't help me with anything. You promising me, oh, I'll give you an allowance. Do it now. FNB 6 ban. Do it now. Don't tell me stories. And then I can decide. Oh, okay. he's done this, he's done this, he's done this. Do I actually want to be with this person? Not because you've done this and this and this for me, but because you're a good person. So don't think Kuguti, just because you're flashing money and you're flashing this and you're flashing this, now I want to be with you because you're doing that. No. Are you a good person at the end of the day? Are you a good person? Will I be happy with you? It's not It's not about you having money and you being able to flash it and transfer money for me. So many people can do that for me. So many people can do that for me, you know? So, yeah, dating for the wrong reasons, guys. Because unemali or uzojola naye because of this. That relationship, most of the time, it will not work out because it did not start right. Lighting, my ring lights ishama 10 around it. I don't know what's going on with it. So bengi group, yeah, my relationships. So kunamanya my relationships, guys, also besides them ending because they didn't start right, kunamanya my relationships that end because you guys are really not at the same place at the time. Like aniko gu stages fanayo in life, and it's okay. Now my relationship they end, but ayiko a bad vibe between when analo muntu loyo that you break up with. And the reason why there's no bad vibe is because you understand, Uguti, you know what, me and this person were not at the same place. We're not on the same page when it comes to our relationship. No one did anything wrong. There's just a mutual understanding. Uguti yazotini. At that stage in my life, this is what I wanted. At that stage in my life, this is what I wanted. And because we wanted such completely different things, then the relationship did not work out. And it's okay. And there's no bad vibes. I've got some relationships, Anjalo, where I feel, you know what, as but there's a mutual understanding. Mina, this is what I wanted from the relationship at that time, and this person was not there to be able to give me that at that time, you know. Yeah, now when I feel this stage, I mean, the stage in which I thought I was at that time, that person was not there, and there's that mutual understanding. So you'll never really like hate that person or despise them for the ending of that relationship, because again, guys, like nibe ne-understanding yokuthi yazikuthini ngaleso sikhathi mina ngangifuna ukuthi wena ngaleso sikhathi wawungekho lapho, and it's okay. It's okay. Kunama relationships ayendayo kanjalo, and it's okay, guys. Like right, you know, it's okay. It's not that deep. And then the last point when it comes to my relationships that I want to touch on is you looking to find other people's relationship in yours. I don't know if I'm putting it right, or rather I should say you trying to either compare your relationship to other people's, or trying to say because a relationship yenzeka should be going like this. No, guys, I'm a relationship abafani abantu abafani, you know. So I'm a relationship are never going to be the same. Stop comparing yourself to other people, or stop comparing your relationship to ama relationships abanye abantu, because then you're gonna have inking. One, you're not those people. You don't know easy that those people go through in their relationships, you know, that they do hide from the public. Because we saba well relationships just based on what we see on social media. Seeing guys, we will say, hey, deep down, kule relationship again you. Ule relationship mhlambe umfazi wakhona ukhala every day, indoda yakhona mhlambe ihlezi ingekho endlini, or whatever the case might be. You don't know ama relationship abanye abantu ukuthi ahamba kanjani, yet you sabawelling because you're seeing them on vacations, or you sabawelling because you're seeing them posting ama pictures are cute. No, don't do that. Don't sabawell people's relationships. I say this, I think, all the time in almost all my videos that I talk about when it comes to relationships. But never look at another person's relationship relationship. And another thing, when you're dating a person, don't date a person with the expectation just because you've seen them with other people and they did certain things with other people, that those things will be done with you as well. because kunabantu they get into relationships because Usman Bani dated Usman Bani. Now I'm gonna date Usman Bani, and when I date Usman Bani, I expect Usman Bani to do the same things for me that they did for that person. It doesn't work like that, child. It doesn't work like that. Abantu abafani, ama relationship awafani, so you cannot expect izinto ngokufana, you know. Just do you in your relationship. Do you, whether you know uyamazela umuntu wakho ukuthi hey wake wathengela ex yakhe imoto, now usuzo expect imoto, girl, bye. Don't do that to yourself. Uzohlanya i-relationship yakho akube relationship yakho ibe unique to you, ibe unique to that situation at that time. Let's get into our next topic, which is marriage. Let's get into the topic yomshado. Now guys, growing up, I think wonke umuntu, I think I speak for everyone when I say growing up, you grow up with this you envision yourself ushada, especially amantombazana. I don't know if it's the same with abafana, but amantombazana, you grow up and you have, you know, this idea, when I grow up, I want to get married, I want to have children, I want to do this, I want to do this, right? That's just you as a child, ucabanga at how your future is going to be. But as you grow up, kunezinto that seem to change, or kunezinto that do change at times, yabo. And I found that as I grew up, I'm not gonna lie, I think a couple of years ago, I felt, yeah, I want to get married, and I think I even pushed the agenda of umshado with my current partner so much at the time. You know, you're constantly talking about marriage, you're talking about, yeah, we must get married, we've been together for so long, and you just feel like and I think I was at that stage at some points in our relationship, like in the early stages of our relationship with my partner, where I was constantly talking about marriage, talking about, oh my gosh, we need to do this, we need to do this, finish shadi. But as it's Quebec, I think as I got into my 30s, because I'm in my 30s now, early 30s, as I got into my 30s, I figured a realization, I don't know if I want to get married. And it's not that I don't know that I want to get married because there's anything wrong with my partner. Don't get me wrong, I love him to bits. There's nothing wrong with my partner. I'm happy with my partner. I'm happy with our relationship. But I don't think that marriage is my end goal anymore. I'm happy just in the space that we're in. I'm happy with the way that our relationship is. I'm happy with the way that he treats me. I'm happy with our family. I'm happy with everything. And I don't feel that I need marriage to validate Leo happiness. I don't know if I make sense. I don't know if it's something that people will get. But that is where I'm at. I'm at a point where I'm just like, I don't know if I really want to get married. I don't know if marriage really is my end goal. I just want to be happy. I just want to be treated right. I just want to have this partner that I'll be able to, you know, live life with without ukshad. You content jalo, guys. I don't know. Nizongela like on my comments if this is crazy talk or what. But that's how I feel about me and marriage right now. I think that in Davayomshado, I feel like the reason why I've always wanted to get married when I was younger is because our families tend to put umshado on this pedestal. And you know, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but they tend to put umshado on this pedestal, which is way up here, where they are just like, umshado is everything, people should just get married, marriage is so good and rosy and everything. And when my mom had 2 failed marriages and my sister also had a failed marriage, I was like, actually, umshado isn't as rosy as how these people were making it when I was growing up, you know? Umshado is really not as crimson roses as they made it out to be, because here's my mom who's divorced twice. Here's my sister who's also divorced. Umshado is really not that rosy. It's really not that rosy. And it's not to say that the reason why I no longer want to get married is because I'm scared that my marriage will fail. No, that's not it. I just feel like it's not that deep, guys. It's not that deep. Like Why sishada for the stability? You can still get that stability in a relationship ungashadile. And I get there's so many things complicated that come when you're not married, you know. And I get those things, but those things to me right now just don't really matter. For example, I'll just get into it and around the bush. When a person dies, let's say my partner dies right now and we're not married, the complications that will come with his death, the complications that will come with his death, I already foresee them. You understand? I get that. And marriage will sort of like solidify a lot of things, but I'm not even worried about those things right now. I'm not even worried about those things. Beneficiary guys, I'm not worried about those things. I am not. And another thing is the fact that umshado, I feel like it comes with a lot of things, and top of those things being family. Like, it's two families coming together to become one. Guys, the drama when it comes to family, that's just one thing that I don't look forward to. That's just one thing that I don't look forward to when it comes to marriage. When it comes to family, I'll just say I come from a family engani. My family is not that big. My family is small and we're very close. Although we don't communicate like every day, and Mina, I'm one person who is the worst communicator of all times. I think my sister can vouch for this. Lalela is the worst. I am the worst when it comes to communication. I'm phone. No mama a complaint. No was I'm phony. I'm not a person that likes being on the phone and talking and stuff. I'm more of a person with my SMS. And my family understands. I think my family sort of understands unowazi aga phone, unowazi aga communicate. She's just that type of person. However, when I do communicate with my family, it's always a good vibe. It's always good energies. It's always good stuff, you know. So they understand that I'm not a person that communicates all the time. Yes, I will try. Hey, after 2 weeks, just right, but I'm just a bad communicator overall, you know. So now uyacabanga ke umshado ke usungena ke manje ke emndenini ke ongawujwayele, abakujwayele nabo abakujwayele nawe ukuthi unalezi inkinga zakho vele zokugafoni, or whatever the case might be, you know. And you need to now adjust, and bringing together families that are different, that have different ways of doing things is I don't think that's the easiest thing to do in life. I don't think that is the easiest thing to do. Because now the family figure this family comes with their own little things nabo. Drama yabo. Now where you have your own little things, drama yabo. Now you have to try and combine these families together. Oh my gosh, what a headache. What a headache. So umshado. Right, guys, of family, guys, this part of this conversation is triggered by a video that a friend of mine did recently, Felicity Zita. I'm gonna put her handle over here. Please check out her channel. She's new on YouTube. She's doing so well. I'm so proud of her. Anyway, let me not be sidetracked by that, but this conversation is brought up because of a conversation that she had on her channel where she speaks about in-laws, right? And just the coming together of families is not easy, because family is not always so welcoming, guys. I think that's one of the things that I always just think about when I think about marriage, which is like the toughest thing, because I come from a family, as I said, that is close, that is small. A family I'm close, you understand? And I don't get the concept of family disliking, or I don't get the concept of in-laws disliking you for loving their child. Like, how do you hate me for loving your child? Please make it make sense. So that's the one thing I think that's a major factor when it comes to marriage. It's the coming together of families, and families are not always so welcoming. And I'm not going to speak only of families abafana or they're not welcoming. I'm going to speak also with regards to families amantombazane, where the family, your girlfriend, yako, or let's say my family, might not be as welcoming to my partner because they feel mhlambe they've got a person in mind that they think that I should be with, or they feel maybe that he's not good enough for me, or whatever the case might be. I don't know the reasons behind family not liking your partners or not accepting your choices that you make when it comes to relationships. I don't know. I don't get the concept of that. But families are not so welcoming. So now you find yourself in a situation whereby you're with this person and now it has to involve everyone else. It's all rosy when your relationship is just you and him, or your relationship is just you and her in the case of guys. And when family becomes involved, it brings a lot of complications where either your sister doesn't like your girlfriend, or your brothers don't like your boyfriend because your boyfriend comes from a family as so, or you know, those kind of things. So involving family, in most cases, guys, just comes along with a whole lot of drama. Abantu that have in-laws that are supportive of their relationships, and in-laws that are loving and that are kind and that accept them. Oh my gosh, kudos to you, because wow, some people go through a lot, apparently, you know. So it's just one of the things that I feel are just like a complication when it comes to marriages, and it's a complication that I'm not really up for. I'm almost done with my makeup look and I haven't even touched on the topic of children. But as I wrap up the topic of umshado, some family members make you feel like you're constantly in competition with them, or make you feel like they're in competition with you. So it's just like crazy. Why are you competing with your daughter-in-law? Why are you competing with your brother's girlfriend? Why Gunjal? Why aren't you happy that your brother has found a girlfriend, Mtandayo, that protects him, that takes care of him, that cooks for him, that makes him happy? Like, why are you not happy that your brother is happy? Why are you not happy that your son is happy? That's one thing that I will never understand when it comes to marriage and in-laws and all that. Because if I was not treating them right, or whatever the case might be, then that's another topic, you know. But you cannot hate me for loving your brother. You cannot hate me for loving your sister. You cannot hate me for loving, you know, your family member. Why are you hating me for that? Like, Sizondwelan for that. So that's the issue that I have with marriage, and I actually think I'm just gonna end it off right there when it comes to marriage. I'm not gonna go too deep into this conversation. And the next topic we're going to talk about is children. Let's get right into that. Talk about how you completely lose yourself when you have children. And I know that this might not apply, or some people might not relate to this, but I know that some people will. I know that some people will. Guys, you lose yourself when you have a child. You lose yourself completely. All of a sudden, everything is about the child and not about you. All of a sudden, you can't move because you have a child. You cannot do this, you cannot do that. Every time you need to do something, you constantly have to think about the child for... Yo! Guys, it is hard. And don't get me wrong, we love our kids. Mina, abantwana bam gibathanda to bits and pieces. If I can, for my kids, right? But damn, it's never ending, guys. When you have children, it's never ending. I just realized that I left out something when it comes to relationships. Some people always say that they don't want to date people that have children, and I don't understand people's frustrations when it comes to this. It's people's preferences. It's okay to say, because I don't have a child, I don't want to date a person with a child. That's okay. For me, it was never the case in any of my relationships, because as you all know, I had a child at a very young age. Like, I fell pregnant in my early teens, so I've always been the one with the child. So for me to say I don't want to date a person with a child would have been crazy business. So I've never been the person who says, no, I will not date a certain person because they don't have children. I've never been that person, because I've always been the one with the child. You understand? But I have children now, and when I met my partner, he didn't have any children. I had a child when I met him, and he didn't have any children. And there's this thing, your whole team, people always say men will never love children that are not their own, and I disagree with this so much, because as I said earlier, I'm such a bad communicator, and with my daughter, I honestly feel as though she has a better relationship with my partner than she does with me. Yes, me and my daughter are close. We can talk about anything and everything, but I feel like she's tighter with my partner than she is with me. Like, that's how I feel. He loves her to bits. He will do anything for her. He will move mountains for my daughter. And experience he's treating her differently to our son or anything like that. Never that. He treats them exactly the same. He loves her wholeheartedly. So I don't believe this notion, Yogoti, a man can never really love a child that's not his own. I don't believe that. It depends on the person that you're with. That's the first thing that I wanted to touch about. And then also, I'm looking down because I've got notes so that I don't leave anything out, right? So with my notes, let's actually go back. Let's go back to the issue of losing yourself when you have kids. Now, guys, I'm gonna be honest. When I had my first child, I never really felt like I lost myself, because I never really raised my daughter. I had her when I was very young, so like my family sort of like took over, and I didn't really feel that I was a mom at that time. So my life sort of just continued as per usual, because my mom was taking care of my daughter. So I never really felt like I lost myself with her. I still continued to be a teen, and I didn't feel like I lost myself. You understand? I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, I didn't feel like I lost myself with my first daughter, because I didn't really raise her. She was raised by umamnganwam, right? So now with my second born child, I felt every single moment of being a parent with my son Unubans. I had him, I was staying here in Joburg at the time when I had him. So my mom did come, obviously, when I gave birth. She did come. She spent a few days with us, because I obviously had a C-section. I couldn't really do much alone. So my mom came through. She did spend some time with us, and thereafter I was alone. Oh, I was alone. So I was momming, like everything I needed to do, the baby needed to be there. I'm just very fortunate that my son was a very good baby. You know, he never really was a troublesome child. So that's the only thing that I'm grateful for. But now, guys, do you know that my son just recently turned 8, but I still feel as though my life since I've had him has not been the same. He just turned 8, but I still feel like I still feel like I haven't been able to do certain things, because I'm always thinking, hey, but Ubanzi needs this. But even though he's 7, guys, I think even my sister once said I baby Ubanzi too much, and I don't know if it's me babying him or what, but like I honestly feel like I cannot move. Like when Ubanzi is right here next to me. Guys, I honestly feel like I cannot move. I feel like my life has just been on standstill since I've had him. You know, I haven't been able to do things that I wanted to do because he's there. And when I want to do those things, I have to think, oh, ubanzi, you know, life stops, guys. Life completely stops when you have a child. And as I said, he's 8 now, and I literally feel like my life has been on pause for 8 years. I feel like my life has been on pause for 8 years because, like, guys, there's certain things that I still feel that I can't do. And you know, Leo, it's not I can't do them because I can't do them. I can't do them because I'm showing mom guilt. And this thing only happens with moms, I can guarantee you now, because dads, life moves on so quickly. Like for men, it's completely different. I feel like this only happens with women because really the mom guilt, he's old, ne? He's 8, but I still feel guilty when I leave him and I leave him with a nanny, or when I have to like go attend events and I leave him. I still feel bad. Tell me why I feel bad. Because my life needs to move on, but I need to go to events. I need to interact with people. I'm adults, but I still literally feel so bad. So children, guys, children's guys, oh, life comes to a standstill when you have kids. They come first, they matter, and we sort of forget ourselves. And honestly, this year, the year is coming to an end already, October. So I'm getting 2025. I really want to do better when it comes to just doing things a bit more for me, you know, doing things a bit more for me, doing things a bit more that will make me feel like an adult, that will let me hang out, nabanda badala, have adult conversations. And I'm really not the type of person in Mhlampe Oti, I want to go to Groove or anything like that. No, even just like a little lunchnyana with adults, having adult conversations, and you know, just talking and about adult things. Guys, I don't get to do that. I don't get to do that since I had a baby, and he's 8. He's 8. So yeah, guys, that is my girl talk for today. Those are the things that I had in mind, on my mind, to talk about. Tell me what you guys think. Share your experiences, please, in the comment section down below, because I would really love to know, 1, your thoughts on relationships and how they go and everything like that, and 2, what are your thoughts on marriage? Do you think it's still as hyped up as it used to be when we were growing up? Do people still actually want to get married in this day and age? Or do you feel that it's just overrated, and yeah, if it happens, it happens, if it doesn't, it doesn't, and you're okay? Or are you the person that really wants to get married? Just tell me down below. And also, okay, the conversation of kids. If you have children, do you also feel like your life has come to a stop because of your children? Not that there's anything wrong with the children or that the children are a problem, but you just have that mom guilt every time you need to do adult things and you need to leave your children. Let me know in the comment section. Whew. I would love to know what your thoughts are on the conversations that we had. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe. Comment down below what you think of my topic, and just engage with me down in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.